start at the Council of Aging, the Senior Citizens Center.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do roll call.
And I'm here, Joanne Godding.
Pat Rissmeyer here.
And Crystal Jackson. I would say thank you to Nick from Hadley Media, but he had to step out, so thank you when you see this tape. When you see this
Sounds
recording.
good.
Okay, so I'm going to start with open reflections. If anyone has any reflections they'd like to input the start of the meeting, anything they'd like to just discuss lightly. Joanne?
Oh, I just thought it was a nice reflection to see that this committee was founded August 5th, 2020, so we've been rolling along for 5 years. And I thought, that just felt like for me, I wanted to just honor that.
Milestone.
We may have brought that up in one of the last meetings, but I read through the mission statement and I thought, this is important work, and so
Yeah, thank you
I
for
thought it
that
should.
reminder.
Yeah,
It is a
Yeah.
significant
it really
number
is.
of years.
Yeah.
And lots of people have
Yep.
been involved over the years too.
Exactly. And I guess I should add, I've been chair for a year out of those 5.
Oh, that's
Right.
right, an anniversary for you
Right.
too.
Yes, so I think we're all hitting a
Yeah.
milestone.
The other thing I just wanted to share was that in today's paper, we have Anika Lopez.
Oh, no, stop.
Oh, yes.
Lopes,
Yeah.
Lopes.
Oh, Lopes, okay, thank you for the correction.
Yes.
And she's got her curator of this exhibit, Hats, a celebration of history and culture through the art of millinery in Amherst.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a really nice story, and this was just today, and we thought about having her as a guest sometime. and-
Exactly. That's what she does.
Yeah, that's what
makes
she
hats.
does.
Yeah, handmade.
It's a nice
Handmade,
story,
yeah.
it explains that. But I had remembered that Amherst had this history of making hats, back when everybody wore a hat,
Right, right.
Yeah.
And her hats are beautiful. They have a
Yeah.
lot of significance, some of them.
So,
Yeah.
Sideshow.
That was nice. Thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that up,
Yeah.
because this, like you said, we were going to have her as a guest, and now we have even more to talk about
exactly,
when we reach out to her.
yeah.
Anything else? Pat, you have anything to share?
No,
No?
no, good reflection.
Well, only open reflection is, I will go back to that because I mentioned it, the override vote. It was not overridden, and, I hope that people come together, as I said before, as one, and try to come to a median, because for some it's important and for some it's a worry. So that's how it goes in town, not, everyone, like you said about your neighbor, or who you spoke with, they're going, you notice you guys are going to vote differently.
Yeah.
And like you said about your coworker, your previous coworker, we could agree to disagree and have no issue with that. So that's my open reflection.
Thank you.
So I did send the minutes to everyone for August and September. And I just want to know, is everyone okay with those minutes? When I sent them via email, the both of you said it was fine for both.
Yeah, I did reply that
You're good with that?
I was good with minutes.
I did update anything that needed to be added or spoken about.
Just in reading the
Of course.
last part,
Mhm.
the extra minute. Okay, I'm finished.
Finish, you fine with it?
I'm fine.
Okay, so can we make a motion to approve the August and September minutes?
I would move to approve both the August and September minutes.
Okay. and-
Seconded.
Okay, and all in favor? Aye, aye, aye.
Joanne,
Okay. All right. All right, so now we're gonna go to the old business, and I guess Pat can lead off with that because it's going to start off with the matinee
And Joanne can chime in too, because Joanne was
I went.
there.
Oh, you went?
I
Yes,
did
so
go.
it was
Yay.
terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's both of us, both guys from the committee.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we had, I think, 7 people total, is that
I
right?
took notes. I saw, well, the two of us, there were 5 people. I even put down 4 women, 1 man.
Yes, right. And then you and I.
And then,
You
yeah.
and me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And you did just a really wonderful job at welcoming and facilitating, I wanted to say.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was very warm and inviting, and not too long, but just enough. And she did a nice job at letting people know that we do these kinds of things. We're open to ideas. One of them talked about something to do with veterans.
Yes.
The gentleman that was there.
Yeah, I mean,
But, yeah, but go ahead, Pat. Go ahead. I can chime in.
I
later.
also wanted to say that we had 2 new people come who had
Oh.
never attended a movie matinee. And one of the attendees, both enjoyed the film, both were happy they came. One woman actually had come to go to the library and it was closed. She came into the senior center, she saw the movie advertised and she joined us.
Wow.
And I think the other one was in the senior center and joined us, or she might have seen it advertised. But one of these women mentioned a couple ideas for the future, which we can talk about.
Okay.
Nice.
Because we did talk about the kinds of movies we've shown and the kinds of occasions, holidays that we've recognized with films, and one woman had an idea that we might want to pursue.
Well, that's awesome that 2 new people.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll see them again, and to actually provide us with ideas.
That's right.
Is even better, because that means she's interested. Was she from Hadley?
I didn't get an opportunity to ask, but I might check to see if in fact she checked in that day. And
Okay.
I do know her first name.
Oh,
so
good.
I'm going to try to.
See if she's
And if
from
you're
Hadley.
watching, perhaps the 2 women who joined us for the movie matinee and the regulars who come, we're always very interested in ideas.
Yes.
For occasions to recognize, films that you find interesting, topics that you find interesting.
And even sometimes we may start something new and have a physical day for a holiday or an Indigenous day or a day of recognition.
Mhm.
You know, maybe we can come up with, puzzles or something physical to add into the movie part.
Sure.
This way it's something that they can have a part and hands-on doing.
Yes.
I want to say regarding the film, which was beautiful, touching also, some parts difficult, poverty and things like of this nature, the challenges, but I just was very touched by the tradition. So I think it's Navajo, pronounced Dine, I think. I have a tradition that they have a celebration when the baby has their first laugh. So they showed when the baby first laughed, and the young boy who the story's about, his coming of age story, was responsible for that.
Oh.
And then they had this whole, so I thought, what a great, it just was a sweet example of a cultural tradition that's beautiful.
Yeah, not only that, it lets you realize that different cultures have so many different variants to them. And when a person is just inclusive of their own culture, they're not knowing what other cultures do. It's just like if you stay in the United States and never travel, you don't know how other countries have, go about their policies and the fun and the entertainment because you're staying here. So having these movies and having our seniors watch them, it really touches my heart, because I'm quite sure maybe they didn't know about this. And by watching it, now they do, and now they can, share the story with someone they know. And this may open the door for opportunities to learn more about different races. That was wonderful. I'm going to watch it, because it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It's very touching.
Here's a whole lot more, but
Yeah,
we
it's a
have a
very
lot on
touching
our
story, and
Yeah.
I hope you.
How do you find these movies, Pat?
I watch a lot of them. I haven't for this particular one. I watched several with my sister
Really?
at home, and we debated back and forth which we thought would be better received, and we landed on this one.
That is so cool that you do
This was a
that.
good choice.
Yeah.
We've
it
gotten
was.
feedback from the participants that, it's a midday, it's a matinee, and it's midday, and people prefer a story that doesn't have violence.
Yes.
For sure.
And yet, the topics and the occasions and the history, it does involve violence. So
Yeah.
it's a fine line between offering something authentic, but not offering something that is going to be disturbing for the audience.
Exactly.
And they're the audience, and this is a senior center, so we have respected that.
Yes, and that's why I say you do such an awesome
Yeah.
job, because that fine line can be stepped across, and you
Yeah.
always find the perfect movies.
Yeah.
Always, where it's just celebrated and received. And it's a wonderful thing that you do, and I appreciate it. And I want to thank you so much for taking your time to do that. I really do. We were supposed to have Renew and her husband John join us. They are members now. Unfortunately, as we can see, they're not here. So I'm not sure what happened. I didn't receive an email, so I hope they're okay. And hopefully they will be here next meeting in November. I'm not sure. I will reach out to her once the meeting is over and make sure that they're okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So I have a few, so what I would like to discuss, I think it would be under old business, but it's under new business. I'll bring it up, and if we should table it for new business, we can. So the grant for the Culture Council, no one was able to do that right now. I couldn't do it because I'm part of the council, so I
Conflict,
can't do it, yeah. But, so that was unable to go through. However, I may be able to somehow do a special project. And if we have the allotment to do so, then I will discuss with you guys. More than likely, it will probably go to the Hatley World's Fair.
Great.
And with the Irish celebration, we can probably come together to do that, do that together. The update for Vesta. Well, so, we're getting signatures. We have demands that were sent. There was a meeting with Senator Comerford, I believe Gomez, as well as one of Comerford's constituents, I believe. And I can tell you what was found out about that. So it's a lot. I'm trying to see if I can break it down. So they met with three residents, three members of the Conover. So Conover is the umbrella, under the umbrella that's over Vesta. And Vesta basically is just, management, basically. They manage the property. And that's the name of the apartment complex, is Vesta. It used to be Winfield Apartments. And they addressed the residents and increasing the rent that tenants are facing, maintenance issues at Vesta, because there's a lot of issues that maintenance is not taken care of. Maintenance or staff is not on duty maybe once a week. And when it came down to, a lot of issues happening at Vesta, they could not reach anyone. This was brought up in the conversation with the senator and Gomez. And so now, staff will be on site every weekday at Vesta. So if there is anything that needs to be done, now the residents have someone to speak to instead of possibly calling a number and not receiving a response. The staff members can answer any questions related to property management, security, and any other concerns for the residents. As far as the discussion about the rent, Conover said since there's different variants of people who pay, like there could be Section 8, or there can be regular rent, or there can be, as some of these seniors, rent based on your income, which is different from Section 8. So they said we can't provide too much information about that. This is what Conover said.
Right.
So now there's going to be another meeting with Conover and the EOHLC, Equal Opportunity Housing, to find out any programs or grants that could potentially help to mitigate the rent increase that these residents are facing. Now, in the short term, if any tenants are not currently receiving housing vouchers or fuel vouchers or food stamps and such, then Senator Comerford and Veronica, our constituent, said they'd be willing and able to help whoever needs help with getting this information, at least helping with, some sort of relief, whether it be food stamps, so they don't have to decide between food and medication. Maybe there's housing vouchers for the people whose rent jumped up 50% for the next month. Maybe they can use that. So there's a lot of community resources that they're going to assist the tenants with. They did provide us with the contact information for the people who are going to be available now in the office during business hours every day, and then also the phone numbers to maintenance in case there's anything that is happening. Now, as far as the other things that we discuss when we go there, Katie from No One Leaves, she is also the person who helped East Hampton. I don't know if you've heard about the rent increase and so forth with East Hampton, but she was part of No One Leaves that helped that go through fruition. And what she's doing, and the people who is on the committee with me, we're trying to get these demands written up that the tenants are asking for, and then send it over to Conover for them to review and reply. So it's two separate things. It's what Senator Comerford did and what we're doing. So we are really trying our best to help these seniors, citizens, disabled people, get the help that they need, and hopefully they don't feel alone. Hopefully they feel as if, okay, we're not where we were when we first started, but we're not where we want to be. Meaning, you're heading in the right direction. You're not standing still. There is stuff that's going on and happening. There is more. It's not stagnant. So that's with that. And we have another meeting in a few weeks. We didn't go last week because there was a celebration and so forth on, I think, with the East Hampton situation. And then this Wednesday, yesterday, was time gave more time to the seniors to acquire the information they need, so that when we have our next meeting, we can all have some more information. And that's with that. I'm hoping, well, I don't have to hope, I know that this is going to have a positive outcome. And I am so glad that the woman who started this all did this, because without her, we wouldn't have known this. It was in the paper about the rent increase, but everything's in the paper. Who really, takes time to read the fine print? And as you know, when it comes to seniors, I'm an advocate. Because I believe someone who's lived their life and who's been here before me and deserves to just be okay. You should not have to struggle and worry with the same issues you did when you were younger. This shouldn't be a part of your life. So I'm glad that this is happening, and I will continue to advocate for them, even when I'm old. Well, not old, excuse me. Even when I'm an elder. Even when I'm an elder, I would do the same thing. So I just wanted to provide that update to let everyone know. Yeah, it really is. It really is, to let everyone know what's happening there.
May I add
Sure.
that when I was at the Amherst Farmers Market last weekend, there was a table there with people who have petitions to sign. So I said, what you got? And one of them, it was a petition to have the legislature, Massachusetts, have limits to how much you can raise the rent.
Yeah.
And when I said I'm at Hadley, I said, yeah, this is an issue, and she said she's a resident of Vesta.
Oh.
Yeah.
The person who
Do you
was
remember her name?
getting,
No.
I didn't ask,
Okay.
maybe I should have.
That's what.
There were two people,
Mhm.
and they were, working the crowds.
Yes, good. That's why I said we did this week to give them more time to gather more
Yeah.
information. And also, I believe today is Thursday, maybe it was Saturday, I'm not sure. But there were two people from No One Leaves, and they had a stack of paperwork to ask for signatures in regards to the rent bill. The bill where they're trying to have a cap on how much you can charge for rent. So that was pretty cool to see that. So just seeing this, is really good for what's happening, especially in the time we're in.
Yeah.
This is really, it helps people feel a little bit positive, something to at least lean on, because without the little bit that we're doing, it can really disturb a lot of people.
Well, and as you said, people can feel alone.
And that's the worst, because when you're elderly and your family moves, when you're an elder and your family has gone, your grandkids are grown, now you have great-grandkids that are teenagers possibly,
Yeah.
and you're in your house alone and all you see are pictures, it's a lonely sight to see, and it definitely, you can't even understand how you've raised so many generations to be a family, to be close, and now everyone is so far apart. It hurts in a way, and I know, that's why I try to do what I can,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah. Yeah.
loneliness is sadness and despair, and, that just talking about it makes me want to cry, and, and I think maybe I will do the Thanksgiving Day thing. Not sure yet, we'll see. But I still have some time to add it to the November newsletter, because it has to be in, I think. Oh, wait, we'll see.
Let's see.
Maybe Violet can add it in there. Yeah.
Well, I admire your commitment.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's the strong value that you hold. And
Thank you.
the first time I met you,
Yeah.
I remember you talking about
Yeah.
elders, and
Yeah.
you walk the talk.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I try. I really do try, because what's good with words if you don't stand behind them? You can just get
They
a
can
dictionary
actually
if that's the
harm.
case.
They can actually harm
Yeah. Yeah.
when your words don't match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no one will trust you no matter what. I don't know, so like I said, I'll mention it, and if it's to be new business. So I wanted to talk about the Jedi Conference. Last month, I explained that I was invited. It was like a DEI conference at UMass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
and I said
okay.
I didn't get a chance to go. I didn't get a chance to watch the video. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, it's
So-
not even on the agenda, is it?
Well, these are things that I went because of last month I mentioned it.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
things are
Okay.
so up and
Okay.
about for me that I watched the video, I was like, okay, I'll say that. I'll talk about that because I didn't mention it. I will get back to it.
We'll put
And-
it on the agenda for next month.
Are you gonna watch it?
No. Oh, I thought you just said you were gonna watch it.
I was, and I did it. Well, maybe, I mean, it's 30 days from here, so
Right.
we can put that on the, yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Okay,
And if you send me a link to it, maybe I will watch it.
Oh, good.
With your sister.
With my sister.
You can both do a Zoom session.
What is it? JEDI?
Yes,
conference?
Jedi Conference at UMass in September.
Yeah, I remember the email about that.
Yeah, and guess who was there? And this is why I really.
Mark.
No,
Oh, it was
no,
Andrea.
yes,
wasn't it? Yes, I remember the link.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
Andrea was
remember-
a speaker.
Oh,
Because I remember
wow. Oh,
Crystal,
yeah.
I I think
Yes.
Mark shared that, and then you said, I'm definitely going. You intended.
Well,
to
he
go.
said, I think he
Yeah.
told us about it, but then because when you go to say you're going to go and register, you register for the ones you want to see in the times.
Yeah.
So I was choosing it and I read what it's about. I said, oh, Andrea, I'm going to go see her. And I even told someone else from the Culture Council that I know her. She was like, it figures you would know her.
But only through Joanne, you know her,
Exactly. So
and your daughter.
exactly. So it's like,
Oh, that's Erica.
yeah, Erica Dawson. Is
Oh,
doing that.
that's right.
Yeah.
Andrea's from Mark.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Mark
so
got
Mark
her.
connection.
I brought the
Mark.
paper in, and Mark said, oh, she was my neighbor.
Yeah,
That's
and,
right.
and talked about the children. Hey, Renu, how you doing?
Oh, hey.
It's connecting to audio.
Oh,
Do we
okay,
know how to
terrific.
let her, does she
Are
automatically
you
come?
on? Wait,
Oh,
here she
yeah,
comes.
here she comes. There they are.
Hello.
Hi.
So sorry.
We can't hear you.
Can't. My audio is on.
You know, can you hear me? Can
Yes.
you
Yeah.
hear me? Okay, one moment. I'm going to go get Nick.
Well, let's
Well,
see.
okay.
I think they have to do it
I
on
think,
their
yeah,
end.
I think you have to do it on your end. When you
Right.
first sign into Zoom, it asks you at the top, do you want to allow the microphone?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, right. But she should have a setting someplace in there where she can, yeah,
So
down that bottom right corner.
that's for us.
Yeah.
But hers, when you first go in, I think at the top it asks
Yeah.
to allow audio
Right.
and video.
Yeah, see, I think that's where she has to go.
Oh, what happened? Oh, multi-speaker.
You know, I think she might have popped off to go and get that
Go to
prompt again.
multi-speaker, try that. Yeah, yep, there we go. So now it's moving around. I don't know, she probably popped off.
Yeah, she maybe is gonna try to get on again
Again,
and see
yeah.
that message. That could
Okay,
be-
well, everyone,
That's nice.
Renu Gehring and her husband John, as I mentioned earlier, they just tried to come on via Zoom, and it was a little bit of an issue with the audio. So she signed off, and I think she's going to sign back on, and hopefully it works, because we
Okay.
would love to have her join the meeting today.
Great.
Okay, so we have the Jedi conference, I talked about that. Anika, I didn't contact her because I looked for, I have her personal contact information and I couldn't find it. So I looked online and I couldn't, there's no personal information. So I think I'm just gonna go to Amherst and go talk to her in person and see if she'd be able to come. You know what I mean? Just so that we know where that is, because I did mention that in the last meeting.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Hear you.
Oh, that happened to me one time.
I don't understand.
Oh, testing.
I don't think.
It looks like it's working.
He left.
Oh, he left?
He
Okay.
said come back in a half
Half hour, yeah.
And you tried to sign off and log back on?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, check to see if you're on
Testing 1 2
mute.
3. Testing 1 2 3.
Go
We are
down
not
to
on.
the bottom of your settings and check to see if you're on mute. Because it says ours is on mute.
Yeah, it doesn't have her name with the red
No,
sign.
do you see where ours is? It says mute on the bottom with the X. Oh, I wonder if there's something else to go. That's for us though, that's not for them. That they can hear us.
Yeah.
As long as they can hear us, that means,
About
yeah, that. Well, thank you for coming. If you want to game show it tonight. But we appreciate you coming, the both of you, and I love your matching colors. Nice fall colors, and you two look great. How's your, I guess it's your mom, John? How's your mom? She's doing well?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, prayers go out to you and your family, okay? Well, how's work? Good?
It's either,
Okay. Well, we'll try to make this work, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for being a member, the both of you for being members of the DEI of Hadley. We appreciate you, and we're so glad that everything went through and you're now here attending as members, and you are able to vote now.
If I could at some point get your email addresses, then I'll be able to include you on our emails. Or maybe,
Agendas.
maybe you have them, but I don't.
Yeah, when I would have known that they were here, then I would send it out to the
Beautiful.
both, and Megan as well.
Okay, exactly, great.
Um,
Then I can get agendas to them.
Okay, so we were just going over the things that we discussed last month. Since you weren't here, we don't have to go back into that, but we can discuss some of the things that we do, that Pat does with the matinee. So on, is it every October?
Well, we have now where are we on the agenda, Crystal? Here?
So
Yeah.
we're still
We
in
need-
old business, but since they chimed in,
Yes,
I wanted them to know what you do with the senior center and the matinees. And then I was going to go to the last thing that I had
okay.
for old business. And if it's not old business, we can do it on new business. Remember I was saying? So
Okay.
right now, we're still on old business.
Okay.
Well, what I would propose, if we were gonna talk about the movies.
Yeah.
We have some items under new business dealing with the matinees.
Okay.
So why don't I incorporate it
Yes.
right there?
That
How
would
does
be
that
excellent.
sound?
Oh,
That's-
great.
that's wonderful.
Oh, great, I like that.
Okay, so the last thing I have is the director of the Porter Phelps Museum for a guest. I couldn't find I seen a contact information online, but I think the way I'll do it is by contacting Anika and see if she can provide us with any information, because if she can come in, like I said, she holds that African American July, I believe it's July 4th at the Porter Phelps Museum. And it talks about the slaves that were there and,
Oh, right.
and what they did in their life and so forth. So maybe if she's not able to come, then I can have someone come from Porter Phelps.
Mhm.
And then this way, we can discuss that and why they do that. You know, why do you have this recognition every year of the slaveries? What value does it hold for Hadley and the meaning behind, you know, this recognition? The Irish celebration, I saw that on New Business, so I'm not gonna do that. So that's what I had for old business. So since none of that is under new business, we're going to now go to new business. Did you want to email a copy of the agenda? You know what? I'm going to email you, Renew, a copy of the agenda right
Yeah,
now,
you can, yeah. you-
so
you
that
can
this
do
way you can know and follow along where we
that.
are.
I should have thought of that.
Oh, you didn't know. You didn't know. You
Oh, that's
didn't
right, I
know.
don't have their email.
But not
But
only
you
that,
did,
you didn't
but-
know if they were coming or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, but
Okay,
if you have them, that's great.
agenda. So we can start new business while I'm doing this, if you want, Pat.
All right, the first item of new business is sponsoring the 4th Hadley's World Fair.
Uh-huh.
The agenda states that the third one was in 2023. And the proposal is to offer it in 2026. And
Under their control, isn't it?
the Hadley World's Fair was initiated, I believe, by the Hadley Learns Group. And it's a community gathering. All are invited, and people are invited to bring a potluck dish of their culture to share with the group. And it's a really lovely event, and I think you were suggesting, Crystal, that we try to take the lead
Yes.
and work with other groups in town to make it happen in June. Is that?
Yes, so I was saying that we can incorporate Hadley's World Fair with Juneteenth. Now, I was thinking instead of, maybe we can come up with a different name. If the Hadley World's Fair does not include the same events and connections that it usually has. Because if it doesn't have the same thing, then it can't be the Hadley World's Fair number 4 or 3, whichever one. I was thinking Taste of Hadley.
Sure.
Is that good? Taste of Hadley, yeah.
It's a
This,
very food-centric
right, this way we
affair. I think
can
that's great, yeah.
incorporate it with Juneteenth, because everyone, like we did in 2023, everyone can bring in dishes, and we can have, you know, banners and celebrations and, you know, artwork. We can make it something. I've heard about other towns doing Taste of Springfield, Taste of, and I think Hadley should be Taste of Hadley.
So I just wanted to chime in that
Sure.
the Taste of Amherst that I've been to and Taste of
Oh,
Northampton
Taste of
are always restaurants showing you their food.
That's why it's gonna be different.
You're right, so I think it may be a different name.
That's why it's going to be Taste of Hadley, and somehow incorporate Juneteenth with that. So we don't have to say Taste of Hadley, but.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and
Yeah, okay.
incorporate it. So we have to come up with something, but that's what I'm thinking of doing, having the different flavors of the cultures of Hadley,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to make awareness that, you know, we do have different races that live here.
Yeah.
And we have generational races, Polish immigrants and so forth. So having that all come together, and we can change the name, modify it, but I want it to signify Juneteenth and the flavors of Hadley. Oh, the
Okay.
flavors of Hadley.
Yeah, somebody's used that too.
Flavors.
What comes to my mind is it's Hadley Community Fair. I always say that, I always wondered why it was called World's Fair,
Well, we can
but,
ask.
but,
Yeah, I mean,
you
they
know,
must have,
but I only went to one, so I don't know I don't know of how it's supposed, you know.
I sent it.
I
Yeah.
believe there was a
Check your email.
connection to the schools. at
Yes,
the-
it
at
was.
its
Was it?
Conception.
Yes,
I believe.
because,
And
yeah.
maybe some conversation at schools and, you know.
Because the person who started it, she started it and she works for the school. So I
Yeah.
believe, and they used to have a lot of things for children.
That's right, it
So-
was, that's right, different
Yeah,
activities for
Yes,
kids.
juggling and I
Oh.
think it was
Lawn-
focused on,
lawn.
yeah, it was
Like a
focused on
fair,
children.
yeah, the one I came to this last one.
That wasn't,
And
yeah,
that was mostly,
adults.
yeah, that was in different
Exactly.
dishes. I
Exactly.
think there was some game, some kind of bingo game, some kind of,
Right.
but I came a little later than that.
So it was that way because for the Hadley World Fair, it didn't kind of pick up that year. So when I spoke to the person who does it, I said, well, you know, can I be a part of this and add Juneteenth? And then I told her about the meals, the different meals from everywhere. And then I had money set aside from the Cultural Council for a special project. And that's when I created this special project with Hadley Learns. And we came up with that. So because the the World Fair didn't pick up too much steam, it was mostly focused on Juneteenth, but I use Juneteenth as not for slavery, but to show everyone who is somehow enslaved. Because it wasn't just African Americans that were enslaved. We have Asian, we have Polish. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of people that were enslaved. So
Yeah.
I focused on that and having everyone, you know, the person and I agreed, we'll just have everyone bring in different dishes. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And this year, that's why I said we can change the name, because it's directed mostly at children, and I'd like it, you know,
Yeah,
if that person is going to be a part of it, we can still have, you know, Hadley Flag Day attached to it. But I want to start doing something for the community, for the whole town, to come and communicate and socialize, you know, an event where people look forward to coming. And it can get bigger and bigger and bigger, and people just keep, you know, and next thing you know, we'll be known for doing something like this, instead of other towns. Hadley
So
will
like-
be other.
Hadley Community Feast.
We can all definitely, all of us sit down.
Play with names.
Yeah, and come up-
Brainstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brainstorm and
Yeah.
come up with it
And
together.
I like what you're saying, because this has been quite a gap.
Mm-hmm.
And to say it's the fourth one, it's kind of a new thing.
Right, because
Yeah.
time has went by,
Yeah,
and the last one wasn't too focused on children like the previous one.
Yeah.
So kind of strayed away from the
I
purpose,
see.
you know. But it was good, and you know me, I enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
My
I
son's
do.
a chef, so we can cook.
Yeah.
And
I think we were thinking of having it in this facility, in which case
Right.
we'd need to reach out to Violet to see.
Right, and the other thing too is, you know, trying to see if we can somehow block off the area where the fence is, where the chain link fence is to the, to the,
Nursery?
the lodge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the lodge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we somehow can put tables out there so that we can have people sit outside, because
Yeah, that's
before
what I did.
everyone sat inside and it got a little crowded, and I'm quite sure people weren't too comfortable, you know? So there's a lot to talk about. Again, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can reach out to Violet and see what they have going on around that date.
Okay.
So this way we can see if it's even possible, and if not,
Yeah, I like it.
we can do other things. How's that, Renewing John? Is that good?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
2026, I'm just gonna see when Juneteenth is, so
That thing doesn't work
Juneteenth is
that
Friday,
soon.
June
Like,
19th.
they have to move and
Since
then
this would be
it breaks up the
closed,
screen and
Thursday
focuses
could
on
be good,
me,
and
but
that's
it doesn't
when the
focus
last,
on
it
the Zoom.
looked like, when I looked at the dates of the
I
past
was
ones, they
working
were.
before, John.
Right.
But the day before that is normally our scheduled CDEI meeting. But see
But I
what
mean-
Violet says.
Right, and not only that, if we don't have it on
We can
Juneteenth,
switch to
I
phone
mean,
audio.
we can do something as a
Sure.
committee during our meeting
Mhm.
for Juneteenth. And we can have the celebration afterwards if we don't have a date by it, you know?
Yeah,
Because, I mean, I think that's what we should start doing going forward. Something for the community, every age, to be able to come in and enjoy everything. You know, parents with their children, grandparents, you know, have places for the elderly to sit and enjoy, have some wine, no, no wine. Now, they can't hear us. That's not on
They
our
can hear
end.
us.
I mean, we can't hear them. Thank
can
you.
you help? See if he can help. Oh, look, it's gonna be simple, right?
I would not touch that. I
Oh,
don't
no,
care.
no, no.
I came close to it.
It says the speaker is coming through that.
For them,
Yeah,
they
we-
can
we-
hear us, but we can't hear them.
Yeah, I know, the setting right now that's on says it should be coming through the owl.
They're not blocked.
But you were dialing.
What
me.
is that plug that's not plugged in, Nick? Is that part of it or no? On the floor?
No, it's an extra HDMI.
Okay.
Damn, it's
Renu,
just-
this is very stressful for you. I'm sorry. I know you're trying very
Okay.
hard. We can see you though.
Yeah, they may have things to.
Try now. Can we hear you guys now?
Hello?
No.
Oh,
Testing,
Oh, so frustrating.
testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Now, on
Testing, 1,
their
2, 3.
end, they would be able to,
yeah.
yeah, no. Now, is it something that they may have not have done on their end?
Possibly, I mean, possibly. I'm not seeing anything on this end.
So can you maybe ask them what they see and see if their stuff is on?
Well,
He can ask us, but we can't answer.
What? Can you hear us now?
Oh, good. But now we can't hear you. No, wait, now it's coming.
Do anything.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Now it's coming. It's just kind of softer.
It's soft.
But you can hear us.
Yes. Mm.
And you can hear us?
We
We can hear you loud and clear. Yay, okay. Well, that's great.
Oh.
Now you
Nick,
can, give input.
Thank you.
We didn't want to bother you.
No, you should
We
have.
didn't even know where you were.
Yeah, I just knew
Over in
you'd come
Goodwin,
back.
organizing for Alex.
Okay.
I knew you'd come back,
Yes,
so, because you
okay.
said you would.
All right,
Okay,
well, that's awesome. So we did that, Pat, and now we're going to talk about the Christmas.
Yes, so I was brainstorming one night with Crystal and Joanne and talked about this celebration that some of my Irish friends participate in, Irish Women's Christmas, and we started brainstorming about trying to create something like that here. Subsequently, I did talk to someone, Irish, who said it's more of an informal thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
She said that in Ireland, the date is typically the weekend after Epiphany, which this year is January the 6th. And at one point I was talking about this, I was very confused because I always think of Epiphany as on a Sunday, because that's when my church celebrates it. So I was a little confused as to what the date was, but the date is the 6th, but typically in Ireland, people celebrate on the weekend. And she said it's very informal. Women call their sisters, they call their girlfriends, they call their cousins. Sometimes they meet at someone's house.
Okay.
Sometimes they go out for dinner, but there aren't any organized, sponsored celebrations.
Well, that's pretty
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, so
That's great.
anyway, if we, I think, want to do something like this and we want to keep with the spirit, maybe some of us can agree we're going to do that. And,
I agree.
And just be open about it and
Yes.
invite anybody to join us.
I agree. I would like to join. And I would love to have someone of Irish heritage that knows about this,
Okay?
speak about this,
Okay?
to inform us what this really means to them and their culture and how long this has been going on for.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
centuries.
Exactly, like how, does anyone know how
All
it
right,
got started?
I'll work on that. How does that sound?
that's-
And
that's-
somebody speak at our meeting?
Yeah, just,
All
know, so that this way we
Fine.
can all be informed.
and then it, while, like you said, it's informal, we could inspire people, anyone, go do it. Go,
Right.
call your sisters and your aunt, it could be
Your
different
aunts,
little
your mother,
groups.
your grandmother,
Yeah,
whatever,
do
and
it. A
celebrate
movement. Yeah.
together.
Right.
Yes.
And that would be fun too, to meet up, like you said, at someone's house and just every one of us just sit down and enjoy a girls' night.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
especially
coming.
after the holiday, when everything is just over. The gift wrapping.
I know, now they can hear me.
Maybe John can be considered one of the women.
No, it's okay.
There are exceptions, I do agree,
yeah.
Renew, I do. And we are an inclusive group.
We
Yeah.
are.
So we would never launch anything that is exclusive,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah.
we definitely welcome anyone.
It would be the
The
Irish.
reason why we say women is because it's the traditional thing for the Epiphany. But anyone is welcome. Men are welcome, boys are welcome, grandfathers,
Whatever.
uncles, dads, whomever, they all are all welcome. And like Joanne said,
Epiphany, this
Yeah,
the same as 12th night? Is it like,
that's correct. I think it's the same date around that's right. I do believe that, the 12th day, right? So
look at you,
anyway,
John.
we'll look into it and I'll find a speaker,
That
somebody
sounds
who
fun.
can,
That would be awesome.
you know.
Okay.
And I think that
Read
one
that
of
little
our
video.
characteristics is inclusivity and celebration of various
Yes.
cultures. And that
Yeah.
we've tried as a committee for the last 5 years to do that.
Yes.
And this is just another way
Of doing
to, expose people to different traditions and
Exactly.
cultures.
Ooh, yeah.
it.
And
Exactly.
it just started as an idea in the parking lot, but then we
Yes,
brought
it
it to
did.
the agenda.
That's right, and now it's going to come even further. And you never know how many families will watch this or someone participate and be able to say, you know what, I did this. It's especially when St. Patrick's Day comes along.
Well, they made it clear that it
Uh-oh.
was very different than St. Patrick's Day.
Well, yes, it's very
Because the
different.
woman said to me, there is no parade.
She She wanted to
Okay.
be sure, it's not that big.
It's not that kind of
It's
holiday.
not that
she
kind
said.
of party.
I mean, it was funny. She's
That's
like,
too much work, because
That's nice.
the women would have to organize it. Now
Ah.
we've defeated the purpose,
so
right?
anyway.
And John would be part of the organization.
True.
Anyway, that is my update, and I
That's
will see if
great.
I can find someone to come speak to us.
That'd
Well,
be
that's,
great.
that's awesome. So it is 8 o'clock right now, maybe 2 minutes after 8. I mean, we were going to discuss Black History Month, February, and Women's History and guests. But I think since it's February and March, I think we can table that for next meeting because we
Well,
still have
I
time.
think Pat was gonna say a little bit about movie matinees tying into what they missed, but touching on that?
Right, but that's why I'm going through it, so
Oh,
she could have
okay.
time if she wanted to. And as far as the Anika, I've already spoken about that. And I think that's all we have, that we can table the Black History Month, the Women's History for
I
November.
can carry it forward.
And
Mhm.
the guests, we discussed that. So now, all we would need now, or have, if Pat would like to talk about what you wanted to.
I think you just asked me to talk about movie matinees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we have been lucky to, as the CDEI, to develop a partnership with the Senior Center. Amazing work that comes out of the Senior Center and the Council on Aging in terms of their activities. And one of the activities that they offer is a movie matinee. And we were invited to partner with them and choose a film. And so we have chosen films with themes of diversity, inclusivity, heritage, different. We've done 4 films to honor Indigenous Peoples' Day. So over the years, I think we have done 4 films to honor the Dr. King holiday or Black History Month. We did a film on trans children. And I don't know if I'm missing anything. But I will say that we had we had 7 people, including Joanne and me, at the film that we showed last week. And we had 2 new people who hadn't attended a film before, as far as I know. I think I missed one of the movie matinees. And one of our new participants asked if we'd ever done anything in Women's History Month, but she thought that would be very good to do something for Women's History Month. And then one of our regular attendees started talking about his life and how he had worked collaboratively with people from all races and ethnic groups in the military. And also in his advanced study, graduate study. And so his own experience is such that he's worked on diverse teams. And I thought, oh, that would be an interesting topic, maybe around Veterans Day,
Oh, yeah.
to find a film or something that talks about training, training leaders together to work collaboratively.
Right.
Like maybe we could think about that
Right.
as another holiday to commemorate. So anyway, that's a long way to say
Yeah.
we've co-sponsored films. We love working with the Senior Center, and we've had a good showing of people, and I personally have seen some good movies.
Yeah.
Meaningful films to honor various populations that have been historically overlooked in this country.
And if you wanted to, is there any way, is a way for them to find out which movies besides going back to our meetings?
Well, I actually, if I had had enough time, I would make a list. I was going to make a list. I did bring the annual reports. And so the films are listed in the annual reports, and I will do that between now and our next meeting. I'll make a list. I think I probably have the annual reports anyway, and I'll just pull them out and I'll do a list of all the films that we've shown.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to watch it, you can. but it gives you an idea of what Pat does and the movies that she sits down herself, views, and then chooses to you know, that would be something that would be acceptable and not make people uncomfortable. So the movies are informative. Some portions of the movie may be a little emotional, but other than that, they've been accepted throughout the time since she's been doing this. And even if you guys ever found a movie or sat down and thought about it, you can collaborate and speak with Pat, and you guys can come up with something. You're more than welcome to come up with anything to bring to the committee.
Yes. And I am happy to pass this on to someone else too. It's been
No.
enjoyable for me to,
You said no.
and I'm always looking for partners, so, you know, and think about it as you go through your own, you know, relaxation time, you know,
Yeah.
maybe you see a film that you would think, oh, maybe this would be the kind of film that we would like to show.
Right.
Again, we've used, you know, months and holidays to pair. You know, that would be our theme, and we would pick a movie around that. So that's just our general framework, but, you know, we can be creative, and we usually try to pick a film that is about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Not
We've-
too long,
we've-
yeah.
We've come up to about 2 hours, but no more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a library card with the town or wherever, you can also go on Canopy. And that has information about movies as well that you can search through to find out if you have any interest in something that you'd like to recommend.
Pat, do you know how often the senior center has a movie matinee? Is it once a month, do you think?
No, I think
No.
it's more than that. It might be twice a month. I don't think it's every Friday.
I don't, yeah,
But-
I should look at their schedule.
Yeah,
They always, they
But-
have these movies planned ahead.
they
Yes,
do. And that's,
yes.
and that is
Yeah.
the thing too.
Yes,
Like, we think
yes.
we have a lot of time, but because they do a
They-
written calendar
Yeah.
and they have to know the information, it's at least 2 months in advance.
Right, and each calendar is a 2-month period.
That's exactly right. So you
Right.
think you have a lot of time, but you don't.
Yeah.
Right,
And
and-
I guess you're gonna be away in February, and
February
February
and
would be
March.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
Oh, what, no.
February, I think you said you was having company, you was having family in that time.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think that last year, Mark took the February movie. I picked the
Oh, yes, that's
February
right.
movie, but Mark
That's right.
attended, because we have someone from the committee attend the
Yeah,
film.
yeah, yeah.
Because since we bring it, one of us or someone has to, but it would be nice for someone to show
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and I always bring refreshments.
Yes,
If I'm
does.
feeling
Yes.
ambitious, I may bake them.
yes. Yeah.
This time I went to our neighbor, the Hadley Sugar Shack, and bought delicious donuts, apple cider
Oh,
donuts,
Lord.
so.
They are so
But
good.
yeah, we serve refreshments, and then I brought some
something
tea and all of that. So anyway, it's nice, and just the people who come are just lovely, so.
Yeah.
So it's an easy, fun, educational experience.
Yes. Do you guys have any questions or comments?
Isn't there a Latino Heritage Month also, or
Yes.
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 you
I
might
think-
consider that also, I guess.
Yes.
Right, but this is all for next year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but we can,
Yes,
Right.
we can't do any of that this year, but this
But-
is for next year, so
Yeah.
we have
Right.
plenty of time to everyone to sit down and come up with information and movies and such to
Yeah.
do for each Heritage Month, or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever we can do to help, like Pat said, Veterans Day. So we can look at the calendar, and the thing is, again, we have to keep in mind that these Fridays have already dates that have been selected. So like Pat said, even though it may seem a long way,
yeah,
it's still, that
Yeah.
calendar may be full. So if we want to have something coming up, the best thing would be for us to start brainstorming now.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you
Okay.
encounter, and I think that it's actually from September to October is
Latino.
Hispanic Heritage
Yeah,
Yeah.
Month. Yeah, so you're right, and we have not sponsored that.
we haven't,
We
yeah.
haven't, but that is a great idea.
See,
Yeah.
you're already
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yep.
All right. So do we have anything, open agenda? I don't think that we do. Anyone has anything else they'd like to say regarding anything that they may have experienced or come across? No? Okay. Well, closing reflection? No, Pat?
Any
I mean,
reflections from our new members? And something inspirational, something, we tend, you want to explain kind of what these are? I remember Mark started it, what the reflections.
It's just something that you may be appreciative of. That's how I see it. You can reflect on anything that has happened in your life or in the community. I mean, everyone has their different definitions, but that's what I see. You might have a different definition
Yeah.
for it, but usually, you know, with an open reflection, I just thank, I mean, closing reflection, I just thank everyone for their time and their patience with us and attending, and all of the great ideas that Joanne has brought and Pat has brought
And
to the
Crystal.
committee. Oh, thank you. To the committee, you know, just show my appreciation. I just, you know, I appreciate everything.
This has been a hard month because, mom passed away after a difficult, illness, and so, which is one reason why we are late and we didn't come. But actually coming to this at 7:30, I was like, oh my gosh, I know we're forgetting something. And so we logged on, and just seeing all of you lifted my spirits. And I can, John's holding my hand and squeezing it, and it feels so good. And we're talking about planning, and it just made us feel so good today. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad
sharing
you
that.
felt that energy when you logged on, because that's something that is good to hear. You know, it means that, whatever's happened in the previous times, you were able to connect with someone to at least give you a good feeling. And that's awesome.
Right.
Thank you for that. I
I'm sorry
appreciate
for your
that.
loss too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The illness is over, and they're happy now, But other than that, I know you guys are going to push through, and when you come in person, we're all going to give you guys a big hug.
Okay. Thank you. Would love that.
Okay. All right, well, does anyone want to adjourn the meeting?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Okay,
I
Pat
will second that.
and
Although
Joanne,
I'm enjoying the love here. I'm
second.
enjoying the love.
Well, you guys, we're going to adjourn the meeting, so